Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn with Anubhav. If you have already subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon to get the latest updates. In today's class, we are continuing with CBSE Class 10 Division for French Exam 2022-23, and today we are going to discuss about a few letter writing questions that are important from examination point of view, and we are going to take questions from each chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Okay, so let's begin discussing the types of questions that you can get in your exam. So I'm not mentioning the whole question as such. I'm just telling the topic on which the question can be framed. If the question is écrivez une lettre à ton ami, your friend, à ton frère, à ta sœur, à ta cousine, à ton cousin, right? In that case, you're going to address the second person whenever you're writing in the letter with tu. And in case the question is like this, écrivez une lettre à tes parents, à tes grands-parents, à vos parents, à vos grands-parents, à votre professeur, or à votre voisin, voisine, oncle, tante. In that case, you are going to address the second person with vous. Okay, so first things first, you need to take care of that. Second thing, now we can discuss the chapter wise questions. So, après le bac, chapter number 2, after the baccalaureate, the most important question is education system. Okay, le système éducatif ou le système d'éducation d'Inde or the fonts. You need to describe, écris une lettre décrivant le système d'éducation en Inde. Écrivez une lettre décrivant le système d'éducation en France. And lastly, écrivez une lettre comparant les deux systèmes éducatifs, le système éducatif d'Inde et le système éducatif de France. So a comparison can also come. Okay, individual questions you can definitely get, but a comparison question is also possible. So the next is lesson number 3, lesson 3, chercher du travail, searching for work. What sort of questions you can get from here? Describing the job. Okay, describing the job. Écrivez une lettre décrivant votre emploi et vos responsabilités. Okay, describe your work and your job and your responsibilities, votre emploi or votre travail, your job or your work, and combien cela plaît, and how much you are happy with it. Alright. Another question that I framed, it is very unlikely to come, okay, because I don't think such questions can come because it's a bit higher level of higher difficulty. The question is, importance d'un CV, curriculum vitae, comment on l'écrit? How do we write a CV? I just wanted to mention this topic as such. I don't think such complex question would come for given that the level is class 10 French, right? Because importance of a CV and how to write a CV is not taught, right, in 10th. So I don't think it will come, but still I felt like discussing about it. So these two questions are probable from chapter number 3. From leçon 4, chapter number 4, we have plaisir de lire. A lot of questions can be framed. Écrivez une lettre décrivant l'importance de lire. Importance of reading. Right. Écrivez une lettre décrivant votre roman préféré. Describing your favorite novel. Or favorite writer, écrivain préféré. Décrivant votre expérience à la bibliothèque. Écrivez une lettre décrivant votre expérience à la bibliothèque. Write a letter describing your experience at the library. So, lesson 4, we have books, library, right? Comparons les bibliothèques indiennes et françaises. Recently, I uploaded a video on it, right? Comparing the Indian library and French library. Décrivant votre visite à la bibliothèque. Écrivez une lettre décrivant votre visite à la bibliothèque. Write a letter describing your visit to the library. Pourquoi aimez-vous visiter la bibliothèque? Why do you like to visit the library? Comment on peut s'inscrire à la bibliothèque, then how to obtain a postal card. You can include these points to make content, because this can help you in fulfilling the 80 words content, like what you do in the library. You can tell I have already have the reader's card, so sometimes I go to just borrow books and all, and otherwise I go for video games, DVD and CDs and stuff. You can mention like that. Right, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire à la bibliothèque? What one can do at the library? Can be another question for letter writing. Right, les médias. Question. I couldn't frame just a lot of questions, but I could think of only one. Media. Simply media. Médias différents. Ok. Écrivez une lettre décrivant les médias différents. And another thing can be added is importance of media, l'importance de media. Right. So if it's describing the media, you need to describe everything: print media, television, radio, right? In print media, we have les magazines hebdomadaires, les magazines mensuels, les journaux quotidiens. In television, we have so many types of channels. We have sport, we have numerous ones, right? And in radio as well, and importance of different medias. Coincidentally, this is something that I studied in the semester that just got ended. Like one of my subject was advertising and brand management, and in that we studied these medias in detail. Like our flow chart used to be so huge. Yeah. Anyways, that's the only question I could think of. Another question, what else it could be from lay media? Social media, réseaux sociaux. It's not related to the, it's somewhat related, but there's no mention about it in the chapter, right? Réseaux sociaux, internet, it's not mentioned as such, right? Though these questions are very easy to do, even if a question of internet comes, you can write it pretty well. I know it. It's not that difficult. Chapter number 6, chacun ses goûts. What type of questions can come from here? Louvre. Louvre is very important. Décrivons le Louvre. Describing the Louvre Museum. Décrivons votre visite à Louvre. Describing your visit to Louvre. Right. Décrivons les choses tu fais pour te détendre. Describing the things you do to relax yourself. Right. So, Louvre, détendre, I'm simply writing détendre. Right, these two things can come because chacun ses goûts. It's about everyone having their own taste, right? So détendre question can come. How you pass your time? Comment tu passes tes vacances? Comment tu passes une journée, ta journée typique? Right, how do you pass your typical day? Another question can be framed from lesson number 6. Also, these questions are important from my perspective. There can be questions apart from these as well. So, yeah, prepare well. And that's what I want to say. People like that. See, it's such a blessing that questions are going to be based on the themes of these 8 chapters only. So, there won't be anything like you got a question and you don't know anything about it. There are hardly any chances, because if you're through with your chapters, the 8 chapters, you will not have any problem in letter writing, trust me. Then from lesson number 7, en pleine forme, one question is very common. Écrivez une lettre décrivant comment on peut rester en pleine forme. How can we stay healthy? Describe it in a letter. L'importance de rester en pleine forme. The importance of staying healthy, another indirect question, right? Then XYZ is sick. XYZ est malade, donner des conseils, encourager votre dash, encourage maybe your cousin is sick or your friend is sick and give some advices and encourage him or her, right? So basically, if a question comes from lesson number 7, of course it's going to revolve around health only. Health, good health, someone's sick, give advices, what's the importance of staying healthy, how can we stay healthy, right? Lesson number 8, l'environnement. Again, these two important, the things that I discussed in the previous video as well. L'importance de protéger l'environnement, the importance of protecting the environment, and comment peut-on protéger l'environnement. How can we protect the environment? You can get some specific questions as well. Comment on peut conserver l'énergie? How can we conserve the energy? Comment on peut conserver l'électricité? How can we conserve the electricity? Comment on peut conserver l'eau? How can we conserve water? You can get some specific questions. Comment on peut sauver la planète de réchauffement climatique? How can we save the planet from global warming? Right. So such questions, specific questions can also be framed from lesson number 8. And lastly, lesson number 10, I enlisted, I guess, 3 questions. Yeah. Décrivons le système politique en France. Décrivons le système politique en Inde. Comparons le système politique de France avec le système politique d'Inde. Right. So political system. These 3 types of questions I can think of. One is describing it of India, describing of France, and having a comparison of 2. Right. So that's pretty much it. The type of questions that can be framed from directly from the textbook. Right. If there's any indirect question, of course I didn't cover it here, and we did discussed at an average 2 to 3 questions from almost all the chapters. Right. So I hope today's discussion is going to be helpful for tomorrow's exam. I know exam is just tomorrow only, but yeah, I hope it will be helpful. So yeah, Setu Pushuti, that's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Learn with Anubhav. And if you have any doubt or suggestion, you may write that in the comment section below. You may also like my Facebook page by the same name, Learn with Anubhav. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Go to N'oubliez pas que la langue française est l'amour.